Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Call of Cthulhu, Massive Nyarlathotep. I'm Glimo, Keeper of the Chronicles, and welcome. It's been 5 weeks since last we played. Hope everybody had good holidays and New Year's celebrations. I was down in New Orleans for 12th night and the kickoff to carnival season. Mardi Gras is late this year, so I got another 6 weeks until my crew parades. But unfortunately, my Saints got robbed by the refs today, so no Super Bowl for us this year.
Oh,
But other than that, just working a bunch. I've got a bunch of big weekend projects which are getting in the way of gaming schedule, but pays the bills. How's everybody else doing? Bill, what's going on in your world?
Well, it's like you said, it's been since before the holiday, so we had a good holiday here. I've gotten roped into the Spider-Man PS4 game because, damn, is it awesome swinging through New York in a big open world. Uh, that one really does make you feel like Spider-Man. It's fun.
Nice.
Got the Patriots on right over here, so I'll turn a little bit. There's another first down. So let's just keep this rolling. And yeah, and keeping busy and playing some Spider-Man. That's been my gaming time.
Very cool. Matt, what's going on in your world?
okay. Well, to be honest, not very much, but I did. Excuse me. I did get into a. I got into a V5 game. Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good game. When you get past all the. What do you? How can I be a little bit PC about this? Oh yeah, SJW nonsense. I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, it's a pretty good game mechanically, and I like the coterie that I'm in, so that's pretty good.
Excellent. Carl, what's happening with you?
I can't remember what happened last time. Did a lot of vacations. Did a lot of shoveling of snow this morning. Trying to. It's pretty much it. Not a lot of gaming, a lot of travel. Kind of worked my first week since Thanksgiving. First full week since Thanksgiving, I think, this week. So it's just that's just a world of catch up for me.
Oh boy. Sean, what's happening with you?
Just a lot of work, more work, and yet more work. Only good news is apparently finally got somebody to be a weekend supervisor, so I can stop being there on Sundays. Yay!
Woo!
Excellent. Congratulations.
Also means hopefully I can attend Friday meetings so that people stop basically going, we'll get Sean to do it.
Got to be worse at your job.
George, what's happening in your world?
Also mostly the same. Just hoping Patrick Mahomes' arm inadvertently falls off so the Patriots can go and get the Super Bowl they were robbed of last year. That would be pretty good. But otherwise, just work and the usual.
Alrighty. So it's been 5 weeks. Who remembers what happened last session?
Yeah, my notes are on the other computer. Let's see.
Well, I think didn't we meet with a number of folks, which all accumulate, and basically we're gonna have to raid the Juju House.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of exhausted all other things.
Yeah.
I think we've
House
met
of
the
the
person
Torch.
that's on death row, his wife, friends, met the sister of the guy, that expedition,
Carlisle expedition.
Carly, and everything keeps circling back that we're going to the Juju House.
Pretty much. One thing that did happen at the end of last session, you ended up with a stack of books, and I will remind you one more time what you got because it was kind of late when we finished, and that was a long time ago. You got a copy of the Panoptic manuscripts, a thick volume written in English, bound in an embossed red leather binding, clearly rebound well after the handwritten manuscript was written. You got a book called Sélections de Livres Divans, a French work, handwritten old manuscript bound in decaying blue calfskin. You got a book called Amongst the Stones. It's an English handwritten book, mostly containing poetry, bound in a dark, hard leather that's unlike anything that you've ever seen before. And you got a book called Life as a God, also an English work, bound in a light-colored, unfamiliar leather binding. And it's appears to be a handwritten journal from the early 1800s. So these are things that you can choose to peruse at some point in time. It is currently Thursday evening, January 22nd, 1925. You've just left the Carlisle Manor and are heading back to New York City. You're pretty sure from your conversations with Millie and Hilton Adams and their friends that the next party at the Juju House is going to be Saturday night. What's your plan?
Wait, how did we... Remind me about this party thing again. How did we figure that out?
Several people in Hilton Adams' crew told you that they'd surmised that all of the disappearances tend to happen on the night of the new moon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
that will be Saturday night.
Alrighty then. So I just got my notes synchronized back up.
That's it. I'm kind of just scrolling through my notes here too.
While they're looking through their notes, GM, I actually did see something. It's on page 62 of the Pulp Cthulhu handbook. Apparently, luck recovery happens at the start of each session, because luck plays a very important role. Are you going to do that, or?
I've been doing it in between at the start of each chapter.
Of course.
As opposed to each session.
I guess that makes sense.
Wait, what was that? Something about luck?
Basically, luck is usually regained at the start of each session, but he's doing it to where it's done in the between each chapter.
I see.
Yeah, and I've been giving you extra bonus luck on top of a normal luck recovery.
What, like 2d10 plus 10 if we fail, and 1d10 plus 5 if we get underneath?
Plus an extra, you got 10 flat extra luck for finishing Peru.
Okay.
Are you rolling my dice for me?
I can roll dice for you if you would like me to.
Yeah, just because I don't have my PC with me.
No problem.
Also, FYI, I think the macro on Roll20 calculated my hit points for standard Call of Cthulhu, so I should have like double for
If
pulp.
you go into the let me check your character sheet. There's a checkbox in the character sheet to switch it to pulp calculation.
Oh, okay.
Let me pull up your sheet here and I can find out if you've got that button ticked or not. You now have the button ticked and now you have 21 hit points.
Oh, yay.
So I'm assuming this is like the next day, right? Like the next day from the
You
thing?
tell me when you want it to be. Anytime after Thursday nights.
No, I'm just talking about like how many hit points would I heal because I'm still at 25. I guess it's up to these guys. I don't want to be that guy.
All right, so last time we talked to Millie Adams, then we went to Teddy's Saloon, where I think we found a bunch of World War One vets.
Yes.
A bunch of Tuskegee vets.
This
We went to-
Tuskegee or Hellfight? No, that's
Hellfighters.
The Hellfire.
Harlem's Hellfighters.
Yeah, massive respect. I actually saw a documentary on them over the holiday break.
That's good.
Let's see. They figured out that there was a pattern of two people at the same time every month at the new moon. Not sure what that really means. Maybe that's Juju House. Let's see. Someone.
Yeah, it says that they had ritual meetings. How did I take that one down?
Talk to this Mordecai Nemming person. Let's see. Relates that murders are mimicking symbols of African death cults. Let's see. Adams must have been working with an accomplice or they have the wrong man. Recommend Silas at the Juju House if you want to know more about death cults. Let's see. Mordecai's been doing business with Silas for a bunch of years. Silas sends him things to see if Mordecai would be interested. Huh. He's a reclusive, shut-in professor. Then we visited Hilton Adams' cell. Something about the Juju House there. There's this other dude.
Yeah, Millie also let us know that Silas leaves the shop every day between 12 and 1 and he's gone for about 2 hours. So that was like sometime that we could
12
check
and
it
1
out.
and then 5 till 6 or 7.
Yeah. Okay.
And we went to the Carlisle estate. Let's see, Roger had some strange dreams. She used to discuss dreams with Erica. She tried to get her brother to visit Dr. Houston. Let's see here. Roger thought they had some kind of. Roger visited Harlem, perhaps the Juju House. Got killed in Africa. I forgot who Benet is. Or Benet.
Was this woman that Roger was seeing?
Okay. Erica didn't really believe us that there may be expedition members still alive. Let's see. Erica doesn't know what they were about. Oh, the nightmares. Everyone around Roger seemed to need money. All right. Well, that's kind of a crappy recap, but that's what I ended up having. I think all signs pointed to Juju House is where we ended up just deciding at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And then we were trying to figure out whether we were going to go in Friday when he leaves for lunch or dinner or wait till the ritual meeting on the new moon.
Here's the thing. I don't know what do we think we'll find in the Juju House?
A bunch of eldritch horrors we have to kill.
Yeah, maybe.
Pretty much.
We might have to find. We might
Bloody
find that in.
knives. Bloody knives, an altar,
Hmm. Hmm.
summoning tools.
You know, thinking about it, I'm kind of torn between actually going into the fucking. Sorry for all the swearing. I'm basically torn between going in during the thing because they might be doing a ritual that's kind of fucked up, and we could put a stop to it, or just going in when he's not home because it's safer.
Well, if we go in the night of the new moon, aren't they mostly or all not going to be there because they're trying to like find human sacrifices or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Or they've already got their people before the new moon and they're ready to do the sacrifice on the new moon.
That would be all right. We could just gun them all down then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think every Lovecraftian thing I've ever read, you kind of have to be at the big ritual.
Yeah, and the fact that this is pulp.
Yeah.
Gotta be action, baby.
Only thing that disappoints me is I don't think I can justify high explosives in the middle of New York City. Or Harlem, I should say.
1 second, guys. My OBS.
Fire department or fire brigade at the time.
Okay, I think we're back.
I don't think you should. I think if this were an action movie, then you blow it up first and then you justify it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Not disagreeing with you.
Bring
But
a bunch
also,
of
there might be some proof or something there,
That's why we kill them all first, find the proof, then blow it up.
It is America, so we could go plant some whiskey barrels and then call the ATF. Although it wasn't really the ATF at the time.
Yeah, just get the prohibition board.
Yeah, they're just gonna drink it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but they'll rough up Nakwame and all those guys.
Yeah. Nakwame McAfrican name.
On the assumption that we'll probably all be wanted for murder or arson or something like that, should we have a getaway car and perhaps like book passage on a freighter that's leaving New York City? On like
Freighter?
yeah, like a tramp freighter, like from Indiana Jones or whatever. After we kill everyone at the Juju House, we get in the getaway car and then speed to some boat and then sail off to somewhere with a non-extradition country.
Actually, that's kind of an interesting idea. Because then it could be like the beginning of King Kong, and then like we just end up in an island, but with less ape, more Cthulhu. I'm excited to be a part of this plan.
I mean, that way we could also, be more liberal with the use of the aforementioned high explosives.
How would that even work? New England field goal. Okay, wait. Seriously though. I think we have to decide whether lunchtime intrusion or like straight up new moon business.
My vote is New Moon. Thinking about it a little bit.
Explain how.
Well, mainly because in the terms of our characters, we might be able to actually put a stop to something just before it happens. That way there'll be proof when the cops show up.
I'm thinking it's also not either or, right? So like we're like what? It's like Thursday. Is that what you said, Eric?
So you were leaving when last we broke. You were leaving the Carlisle estate, and it was Thursday evening.
All right. So we have Friday, and then we have Saturday.
You have
right?
You have Friday day and night. You've got Saturday day if you want to do something during the day, and you've been told that shit starts to go down on the night of the new moon. You've been told that the disappearances tend to happen earlier in the night, and then they've seen things start happening at the Juju House after midnight.
So it is possible for us to try to stealth in on Friday lunch still, look around, leave, and then come back on Saturday. So we could actually hit the Juju House twice, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
We could probably
If we
do
want-
3 times. Kind of recon it, go back, plant
The
any
first time-
traps, then go
The first
back.
time will give us an opportunity to set the explosives. For the second time,
Yeah, lunchtime reconnoiter it, then dinner time come back and set the trap.
No, that's a good idea because there's a building, if I recall correctly, that's abandoned. That's
yeah.
the Juju House, and we could leave some explosives there, and so right before the if we hide out in the abandoned building, we'll kind of see the cultists coming back to the Juju House, and we blow a hole in the wall, and then just go in through the abandoned building.
And then you've got your distraction.
Yeah, and we blow up a hole in the wall and go from the abandoned place to the Juju House. Just shoot everybody.
All right. So it's basically a sapping operation here
Yeah.
as well. I don't know. That's my thought. I thought that we could take the quasi peaceful route and see what there is to see on Friday at least, and then I don't know. Assuming we don't get caught and have to have a giant brawl right then and there.
Yeah, I say we definitely should go in and see what's going on in there and get a map of the place anyway. Because I'm suspecting there's a basement or some kind of ritual room.
All right.
Too bad. Anybody know if bugs were invented around this period, or is that later?
Bugs?
Listening
Like wire
devices.
bugs. Yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna be later.
With
Okay.
weird science, you can make a prototype.
oh yeah. Who's got like crazy engineering?
Yeah, who has weird science? Nobody.
I do.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, all right.
So then the question to Sean is, are bugs invented yet?
Yeah.
Mechanical, electrical.
I think weird science requires a time period.
Yeah, that's the
It
only
does
problem.
require a time period and some money for parts.
I mean, it's not that weird. You're basically like making a microphone and hooking up to a radio, right? Like, wireless.
Yeah,
was
but
definitely
radio
a
at that
thing.
time was more Morse code and
Because I was looking up two ways.
Marconi had been
It's
broadcasting
still
radio since like.
later 1930s.
No, I disagree.
I mean,
But anyways.
okay, so you had the radio, but you did not have miniaturized radio components. I mean,
All you really need is a
radios
microphone.
were all tubes and bakelite back then.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So here's what I think. See, like, if we're gonna sneak in, like, could we not just like put a microphone in if we really wanted to do this, and then like just run a wire to the adjacent house? Just saying, if we wanted to quasi weird science it up.
Yeah, maybe
But
like,
whatever.
maybe like disguise it as one of the power lines if there are power lines.
Yeah, just like run it through the floor or something. It's not that weird. Maybe.
Probably is I'm only about the taping mechanisms at this point.
No, someone's gonna have to stay.
So
on the
in
other side
addition
of
to
the
weird science, you would need electrical repair. Do you have that?
Of course I do. It's one of my highest skills.
Yeah, you're an engineer. Why wouldn't you have that?
Well, I knew you had
Like that.
mechanical. I didn't remember if you had electrical.
I got both.
Excellent.
Yeah, buddy.
I want to see this happen just because I've never seen a COC game where someone actually invented anything.
I'm just reading the rules for weird science because I've never actually used this mechanic.
From my heart and from my head, why do people understand my intentions? Ooh. Sorry.
All right.
Alright.
So even at the best case at low difficulty, it's 1d10 plus 5 hours to build your device. If you could convince me somehow that you could do this with low difficulty, otherwise medium difficulty, the time is in days.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of.
Wait, what?
So
What are you trying to do?
what? Yeah, exactly. What are you trying to do with a
Well, I was
listening
gonna talk-
device?
Yeah, I was just thinking, Mike, but it's impractical because we'd have to do for starters, just plant something there so we could hear whether or not somebody, what was going on in the basement before we assaulted it, so to speak. Leave something there.
It's almost like a disguised boom mic, as a sort of.
Yeah, I think it's for the time period, stuff like weird sides, but probably be too hard. Take a couple days instead of hours.
See, I still think it could be low difficulty. What we're saying is we're going to make the weird part maybe only is that it's smaller than average, but like you're basically taking like a wired mic.
Yeah, but the mics
running
back
along.
then, pretty big.
Well, that's why this is the weird part. You're making it smaller, dude.
Yeah, and
It's not weird if we just put like a whole mic in, which would be hilarious. Just like put a mic in. Like
Describe to me the device that you're trying to build, and how you would expect to deploy it.
Guy's got basically a hunchback and it's like, hey, that guy's wearing a wire.
Yeah, that's the part. It's like where we're going to run the wire to and from would be the difficult part. So it has to be wired. If it was wireless, that would be okay.
Wireless I would say is going to would take you months because they're wireless transmitters were
nothing small. I mean, I could probably build something big, but not small in the time we're thinking. So I think that's a non-starter. That's why I was just double checking on how close they were. It'd be weird, but this is like freaking weird.
Who knows? We could get in there and see that there's crates everywhere that we could easily throw another crate of giant stuff in there.
Yeah, but then it's running the wire.
We could build, and do we have any African death cult artifacts with us? Maybe we could build like something around the microphone.
Let's say you have the microphone. Where are you going to run the Where are you going to run the wire to?
I don't know. We'd have to make that up on the fly. Because since we haven't been inside the place, or have we?
But you're talking that you'd be running the wire back to the pawn shop and have your listening post in the pawn shop.
Right. The abandoned.
So then you're going to have to drill through walls, and then have this wire snaking down to the basement you haven't found yet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I'll bring my DeWalt. That thing goes right through walls.
And you could just get Alejandro with just a manual drill. He could probably just do it.
We got like a whole lunch hour.
Oh yeah.
I'm not worried about the drilling end of this.
Guys,
we're gonna invent Bluetooth.
Can drill.
I like the creativity. All right, you know what? I'll even give it to you that you could somehow shrink a wireless down to something that would be the size of a bread box.
Oh, You could paint it and make it look like an old bread box.
I think you should at least make the roll.
I'll allow you to make make the weird science roll to try to do this. You would need a you'll need a hard success on your electrical repair.
Okay, is it the green or the other one that gives me the single? I will never remember.
I think it's the gray one because. Wait, it's the green, yeah, because it's a single. You failed. Shit.
Yeah, you're trying to All right, so you're trying to put this thing together. You're
Oof.
like
idea.
you're like taking apart a radio and trying to build a transmitter and trying to make it small, and the whole thing just shorts out and starts to smoke a little bit, and you know, empty a fire extinguisher onto it, and you know, it was a good try.
I tried to get a little pulpy.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a pass interference.
Yep. So 3-point lead.
Whoever's going to get the ball last. Okay, so what we spent like the rest of Thursday.
Yeah, I can say that you spent the rest of Thursday doing that, and it's near midnight, and
I will just say, I'm doing it on my own, so you guys figure out what
there's
you
a
were doing.
rush of fireball, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be spending the rest of Thursday going through one of the books. Let me pick one here. Said panoptic manuscripts were in English.
yes.
All right, I'll be
Okay.
looking
So
through the panoptics.
let me tell you, there are special house rules that I'm putting in for Pulp, for playing with Mythos tomes. Initial reading of any book takes one evening. There is no language roll required if the book is written in your native language within the last 50 years. For older books than that, you'll have to make a language own roll. And if the book isn't in English, then you have to make a language whatever it is. So if you want to read the French book, you have to make a language French roll. The sanity loss and the Cthulhu Mythos bonus will take effect immediately, and if there are spells in the book, then you will know what spells are in the book at the end of that. After the initial reading, spells can be learned with 1d6 hours of study per each spell. And there are rolls that are required if the spell is super powerful. And if you want to get the full goodness out of the book, then you have to go into a full study. The full study would be half the normal time because this is Pulp. And you'll know how long that study time is after you do the initial reading. So, of the books that you have in front of you, English is your first language, right?
Yes, and I've actually got a high own language. I'm at
Okay.
85%.
Yeah,
85 on.
so the only one that you could read without a language roll would be Amongst the Stones. If you don't have French as a language, then you can read. I mean, you can read any of the other ones if you want to make a language own roll.
Okay. I'll go with the panoptic.
Okay.
Do the initial read.
Make a language own roll. Hard success. Okay. So it's a 15th century novel. Um, the precursor volume to this, Panoptica, was written in classical Greek. This is a later English retelling with some other stuff in it. It has a bunch of stories about Hyperborea, Atlantis, and Jupiter. Uh, the book may trace its origins to the pre-human crinoids who seeded life on Earth. Um, there's also a lot in there about the great race of Yith, and there's a number of scribbled footnotes about the existence of the city of the great race. So, you lose 8 sanity.
Go. Why is that so maddening?
That's also enough to trigger a bout of madness, so we'll get to that in a minute. You gain 3 points of Cthulhu Mythos. And there are 2 spells in this book. Contact Winged One and Contact Mind of the Observer. So, where are you reading this? Where's Alistair studying this? Are you at the museum or your house?
Yeah, I'd say that I'm at the museum studying
Okay.
in there. So it was Contact the Winged One and Contact, what was the other?
Contact Mind of the Observer.
Mind of the Observer. Okay.
So, you're at the museum and you're poring over this tome, and there's some like really seriously weird stuff in this book. And at some point in the evening, especially when you start, you start getting glimpses of uh, civilizations that are far off, and on and glimpses of other worlds. There's stuff in there about Atlantis, and you start to believe that this was a real place. This isn't just a story anymore. Um, and then they start talking about aliens that came to Earth, and like some serious like Scientology stuff, and you're starting to believe that too. And you and they start talking about this weird city out in the desert that was founded by these aliens that come from the far side of Pluto. And you like lose your shit, and you black out for a while, and you you wake up back in your apartment. You have no idea how you got there. The last thing you knew, you were at the museum. You've got the book like spread out. You've torn some pages out of it. You've spread them out all over. You've got like a conspiracy wall up on your wall with like push pins and yarn and all this like crazy shit up there about planets and this and that and the other. um and you are going to have a phobia about um about anything to do with the city of the great race, and anything to do with aliens. You are now, so you've got a fear of aliens, of anything alien, of anything to do with aliens, and even like talk about astronomy is gonna make you uncomfortable for a little while.
So would you say he's xenophobic?
Exactly.
I think Donald Trump has this problem.
No, we're talking about the Lord Xenu, not Mexicans.
They're undocumented. They're undocumented.
Fair enough.
All right, so you're okay if the aliens come down, but they have papers.
Call of Cthulhu, the game that teaches you to burn libraries.
Yeah. Book burning is fun, kids.
Well, if they got papers, we can actually roll something up and all have a good old time.
Yeah.
And pass the duchy to the left-hand side.
Yeah, fucking. You know what makes great rolling papers? Parchment. Yeah, old parchment. It's got that flaky texture. Fucking.
All right.
All right then.
I gotta learn those spells.
Don't
Anybody else going nuts tonight?
Go more
friends
crazy.
don't let friends read Mythos books alone, I guess. Can I walk in and all this and just like, I see you're busy, and then just like leave and close the door?
Yes, you can.
I'm not saying
all
it
right.
was aliens, but it was aliens.
Maybe next time I should try making, before you do a tank roll for a trank gun, just have it ready. Okay, go ahead, read. Keep an eye. Read the gun.
Alistair's gone bye-bye.
All right. All right. Sorry, I'm just putting something in the Zoom chat real quick.
There's a chat.
Yeah, there's a Zoom chat. Just click the chat button on the Zoom thing.
Fitting?
Yep.
Fitting.
I understand why New
Wow, there
England
are
just
a
didn't
lot
kick
of
the field
fears
goal.
that are built into this thing with all the crazy Greek and Latin names. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway.
We're not gonna win with field goals. We
What?
need another touchdown. Anyways, they got the first down, so it's good.
Why would we go on in third and one? It's all bad. All right. Anyways,
Fourth and one and got stopped.
Oh shit! They didn't get the first down. Never mind.
that's what I said. They could have just kicked it. This reminds me of that year when we were playing Indy and Belichick throws a screen to Marshall Falk like in midfield, and then we lose.
Well, that was because of the red sweatshirt.
We still have the lead. It's up to the defense now.
We should be up by 10. All right. It's up to the defense. 2 words no Patriots fan wants to hear. It's like 2004.
Okay, so is anyone else going to do anything? I'm probably going to do something.
Anyone else doing anything Thursday night?
I don't think I have anything terribly interesting. I'll work on the crazy radio project until it blows up.
Excellent.
Can I contact the Harlem Hellfighters? Because I would like to arrange a getaway car and getaway boat.
Yeah, they're really good at piloting planes. They're really good at driving cars, don't you know?
Well, they should. This is their home ground, right? So they should know somebody with a car and hopefully someone with a boat, so we can get to Canada or someplace,
Yeah,
and then another boat.
fair enough.
So,
whatchamacallit, the local police are in with the cultists, so we at least need to get out of New York City, I think.
Okay, so you head back over to the speakeasy and try to talk to the guys about possibly lending you some services. They don't seem that interested in helping. They don't want to stick their neck out. Um, they're the excuse they give you is that they're still being watched by the police and that they can't help they can't help you. This doesn't surprise you that much because uh, Millie Adams had pretty much told you that they wrote her and Hilton off after he got arrested and didn't do a really a thing to help afterwards.
Well, that's pretty terrible. Can we get Millie Adams to be our getaway driver? Or
Hey,
Mm.
I would think that she would want to like clear her husband and stuff.
I mean, you can certainly, send a message back to her. You don't know where she lives.
is there like a weird talent of talents or contacts or something? Did anybody take that or?
She said to get in touch with her through um, Ms. Schoenberg at the New York Times.
Well, I don't know. I feel like this seems like it's not really that big of a, it's not that high of a priority for a whole bunch of people, which I don't really understand. Like, I don't know why we're not getting help from other people.
You know,
Probably because no one wants to fuck with the Juju House. It's bad juju, man.
Yeah, I can think about it this way. They already know they're being watched. They know that they're, you know, uh, somebody's already been set up. They've been pretty much scared off well before we arrived.
Well,
You
in
know,
that case, like, if this thing happens every new moon and we don't really have a good, you know, exit strategy, I think it'll be worth it to wait a month and, make sure that we do have a getaway driver and a getaway boat. And just, if we can't get those things in place before we go in, I think we should
I
wait.
don't think we're going to have a month. I think, honestly, the ruckus we've raised and everything, this stink, that, yeah, that's true. But I have a feeling they'll probably start coming after us.
Yeah, probably.
Well, why would they come after us? Like, what have we done recently?
What haven't we done?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like we are not. I don't really feel like we are on a clock, and without any real help from other people, then it's incumbent upon us to get our ducks in a row. And I don't think it's a good idea to go into the Juju House without an exit strategy. That seems terrible. Like
Or,
a whole
or,
party.
You
or,
mean again?
Yeah. Like that was just an unlikely string of rolls. Well, we weren't trying to kill anybody, so
Well, it's easy enough. We make our own arrangements, hire cars, make see possible transport. It's you know,
hey, I just had an idea.
split up 5 ways.
I just had an idea. Maybe my character could be the getaway driver. He has drive auto 60.
Who's got the best driving?
Yeah, I'm only at 53.
Oh, that's really good.
I'm at 60.
Yeah, but you're the fighting character.
Yeah, so I can fight, fuck off, and then go. I can fight, go to the car, and then drive us away.
Yeah, we just have a car nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have someone outside watching the car to make sure that it's available once we, kill a bunch of people.
I think if we were gonna do this the action movie way, we would just like hijack the car in the middle of the street and take that over.
Yeah.
That does seem pulpier.
Oh yeah.
Give me the car, Jack.
Hey, right
Get on
along
the
the
running
runners,
board.
Let's face it.
Running boards, right?
Have you ever seen a Doc Savage cover? I mean, half the time he's like he's in a car, he's on the runners. That's how we gotta go.
Yeah, man.
I say we do that.
Yeah, I'd say we do that too. And
Maybe because if you don't do something, I'm gonna end up watching football.
oh yeah, fucking.
There's only 8 minutes and 47 left in this quarter. There's only 3-point difference here. This is not.
And yeah, there's possible muffed punt under review.
Who's punting who?
Looks like Edelman muffed the punt, but looking at the replay, he might not have touched it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. I'm not near TV. All right. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I think what Alejandro was going to do, since he's probably going to expect a fight, is he's basically just going to, he's probably going to get some stuff together, some bottles, maybe some gas, in order to make some petrol bombs. He's not going to make them just yet, but he's just going to get that stuff together.
Okay. Do you have what's the skill for that? It's explosives or
Is this still Thursday?
Demolitions?
demolitions. I know someone else that does.
Okay.
60.
All right, cool. You can make them. I'll just bring them to you. What would it be to actually find bottles, just abandoned ass bottles and shit?
I mean, they're.
It's the
It just
prohibition.
happens.
It's
You
probably
get
just
it done.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta take a quick bio break. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
We can. Sure. So let's let me just make sure I understand what the plan is here. So Friday day, you guys are gonna go in and scope out the Juju House on Silas's lunch break. And then based on what you find there, you're gonna that will make your plans for the full frontal assault. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
If there's a need,
Okay.
I think is what we're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Actually, on Friday, I'd like to secure a fast car and passage on a boat out of New York for the party.
I'm gonna say you won't have time to do both before noon.
That's fine. I think there's plenty of people who can go and set up the stuff at the abandoned pawn shop. I would like to have.
So you're not going to the Juju House with the rest of the party.
Well, unless unless the party thinks they need me, I think it's more valuable to secure our escape. Because like I said, I assume that we're probably going to commit a bunch of crimes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we probably don't need everybody.
We were just fumbled.
Yeah, if you're just doing recon, I'll probably stay behind and learn spells.
And I'll probably stay behind and help make Molotovs or something.
No, considering they're going to need a lockpick to get in, right?
Yes.
Fair enough.
So, who do you guess is going to be doing that?
Okay. So I guess I'm going to have to be making Molotovs, which, to be honest, I thought would be pretty easy to make. You're just pouring petrol into a bottle, but whatever.
So we're splitting the party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That never goes wrong.
Never, never.
Especially not in Call of Cthulhu.
Okay. So before we
So
go on this this wild adventure, tell me who is going to the Juju House, because now I've heard like pretty much everybody say they're not.
No, I gather I'm going because these guys need a lockpick.
Okay.
All right. Nobody else is going. I could probably just go to break stuff open if need be.
I thought I was going.
Okay.
Okay.
So Jesse, Seamus, and Alejandro are going to go to do recon at the Juju House.
Yes.
Okay. And what is your plan post Juju House? Where and when? I mean, I'm assuming you guys are meeting back up sometime after.
Mm-hmm.
Depends how much trouble we get in. I mean, imagine we only have an hour, right? So it's like whatever we can get done then, and then we'll just meet back at the usual places.
Yeah.
And
No.
by usual place, you mean?
I have no idea where we've been meeting all this time. Does it matter? Like, are we at a hotel or something?
I'm just trying to, plan some things. No reason.
I don't have any better ideas.
So where and when are you guys meeting up? Are you meeting up at the hotel restaurant somewhere, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Um.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds all right.
Okay. Okay. Great. Um. Okay. Do you want to do this now? Do you want to take a break and come back at the end of the fourth quarter?
What's the score now?
Well, Kansas City just scored, so 20 with the field goal pending and 17 for the Pats.
Just giving stuff away. No, I mean, I don't know. 7:45. I mean, that could be like another hour of football
Uh-huh.
at least.
Okay. Well, we can play this part out, and then
If it's still close at the 2-minute mark, I say that we would break then,
okay.
because
Works
then
for
it's
me.
only half an hour football.
Works for me. Okay. All right. So.
The old pawn shop.
So it's noonish. Alejandro's miniature just got less miniature.
Sorry about that. I was trying to make it a circle thing
Dude's huge.
because I have the circle thing in the character sheet now.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can. I think I have to add it as a token, and then that's. Oh, no. Yeah, it's weird. I see it that way in the character sheet. I remember having problems with this at the beginning, and I don't remember how we fixed it. But anyway, all right. So we've got Alejandro, Seamus, and Jesse. All right. So you show up at the pawn shop a little after noon. It's
Did we see him exit the building?
the familiar alleyway. Well, actually, tell me what you're doing. Are you showing up a little after noon, or are you staking the place out? How are you guys working this out?
I mean, I don't think I would go in unless I saw him leave.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same way. I think
Yeah.
we should
So
be
where?
there.
Okay, so where are you gonna stake? Are you gonna stake him out?
Is there any abandoned places like across the street, or is it just the pawn shop that's abandoned?
You've got the pawn shop, and that's about it on the ransom court side of things, where you'd be able to. That's it for abandoned buildings. There's also the tenement buildings, over here and over here that maybe you could,
Can we see about getting our
sneak
way
up.
in and then onto a roof so we could keep watch?
Well, I mean, we know when he's going to leave. So I say, like, each of us takes, like, one angle of the building, and we just sit there until we see him leave, and then...
Well, I don't want to be... How good are you at appearing to be? There's no, like, coffee place or anything.
There's no coffee place. You've got some tenement buildings here, on the two sides of Ransom Court, and then you've got the pawn shop. Those
That's
are
my
pretty
point.
much the places that
Yeah.
you've got that you can have cover and watch the building.
I don't think we can, we don't want to be caught loitering. How many stories is one of the tenement buildings?
They're 4-story buildings.
Sorry, guys, I'll be back in a sec.
What's your thoughts?
Are we waiting for Matt to come back? I just figured, like I said, that we get one side, we get the other side, and maybe one other angle.
Well, from how far away? Like I said, the
the way
big
it
thing
needs
is
to be.
you don't want to loiter. This is one of the things that, it's just see how often are the cops around? How often are the neighbors nosy?
I think we're overthinking it.
Didn't think it last time we came barging in. The last couple times.
Okay.
All right.
We're overthinking
Well,
it.
while
I
they're
think
while they're
we're
trying to
over-
figure
we've
that
been
out,
overthinking this for like an hour.
Yeah.
while they're trying to figure that out, Bill, which one of the two spells would you like to learn?
You're mute,
You're
Mike.
muted, Bill.
Yeah, I'm muted. I'm going to start with the contact the mind of the observer.
Okay. It will take you 2 hours to learn that spell.
Okay, and I might have enough time to even learn the other one.
Okay, so you get that done over a couple hours.
Okay, I'm going to do the other as well then.
That one is takes you. It's a little harder for you. That takes 5 hours. So overall, you're gonna be spending 7 hours studying.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, you do. Let me. So these are both contact spells. And I'm just trying to find the. So both of these spells, contact deity spells are unused except by the insane priests of their deities, or by great independent sorcerers who hope to strike deals and win over some small fraction of a deity's power. The deity sought for contact can All right. For each such spell, the caster must sacrifice 5 POW. The chance of successfully contacting the deity is equal to half of the caster's reduced POW. And then you make a roll, and if the roll succeeds, the deity or some aspect of it will contact you in a semi-friendly manner after a few game hours or days. The deity is unlikely to give non-worshippers anything of value. If the deity is bored or offended, the god will likely squash the caster or drive them insane to get some inhuman pleasure from the situation. So the yes, so you have the ability to contact two they're not even quite deities. They're kind of like, demi beings. Um and one one appears to be some sort of alien from uh the the city of the great race.
Mm-hmm.
uh and then the other would be uh so that's contact mind of the observer, and then contact winged one. uh you think has, again, it appears to be an alien presence that you can contact.
Okay.
All right, back to Team Juju House.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to do chores.
No worries. What's your plan, guys?
I think is the Juju House here? All right. So Sean and Carl
Yeah.
here.
This right here is the door to the Juju House.
Any exits by the front usually?
There's only one door that you could find. The other side there were windows, and if you remember, Alejandro kind
Right.
of jumped out one of those casement windows the last time that you guys were here.
Yeah, and if you can see, because these are just they're buildings, right? So there's one entrance. There's no place really for us. We got to figure a place to say. So there's a choice. We either go up on one of the tenements. Somebody goes up on one of the tenements, looks down, keeps an eye out. Because we're gonna stick out. I'm not wrong, right? In this neighborhood.
Yeah, you're not exactly I mean, Alejandro sticks out less than the two of you,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not that many. I mean, yeah, there's not that many white faces in this far up in Harlem.
So are we talking about this on site already, or are we?
No, we're
somewhere?
going to make up our minds beforehand. We know what the layout is, and there's no way I'm going on site unless you got a plan. If you said how we're going to do it, because we need to keep an eye. So we're going to make sure that he's not in the air, not he's actually left. And how are we going to do it? As you can see, it's not like it's a nice open street, right?
Yeah, you've got to go into an alley.
But he's got to leave the alley to go to
That's true.
wherever he goes for lunch. I mean, we don't have to sit in the alley.
That's true.
Unless there's another exit.
Yeah.
But we've been there twice. I think we would have seen another exit maybe. Unless there's like this secret way through the abandoned pawn shop, but then
Nobody's publicly
who knows
leaving.
about that, I guess. What's that?
It's publicly leaving. Okay, but let's not stand anywhere near the alley.
All right, you call it. Oh, getting close.
Okay, one of us go like so up there, another person go the other side. We keep track so we can figure out. Do we know where his route is usually?
You don't.
No.
Well, we know he does this with some regularity,
Mm-hmm.
or with great regularity. So, I mean, honestly, I suppose if we just said like, we spend like 15 minutes or whatever trying to make sure that he's left, and we see him, we don't. I mean,
Fair. It's just we've had such awful luck.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, I guess we just wait sort of out of the way of the alley and just kind of keep an eye, see if he comes out or something. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're just making sure.
Cool.
yeah. The only other possibility is he may. I mean, I don't know why he would be able to exit out of the other side of the pawn shop, but there you
You
go.
never know.
One of my regular viewers is saying that you guys should leave the alley, go to a pub, get a prostitute, and call it a day.
Yeah.
I saw it, Spazzardus.
Yes. Thanks, Spaz. That's awesome.
Yeah, my guy is a married man. I don't know what you're talking about. Just turns out the prostitute's his wife.
Dope.
Dope. All right, so where are you guys hiding out?
That's our back in front with 3.5 minutes left.
Well, as I said before,
Yay!
Wait, what?
The Pats are back in front with 3.5 minutes left.
So I'll give
Up by 2.
Casey a chance to score, and then you get the ball last, and then we score. Game's over. Sounds awesome.
Hopefully.
Twitter is full of Patriots haters.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a day that ends in Y.
Yeah.
I think we are all the fans. All right. Yeah. Well, wait. Let's get rolling on this.
All right, where are
Otherwise, in 2
you?
weeks, we'll still be assaulting the Juju House. Okay.
Spazzer says you should break into the pawn shop. Where are you guys gonna wait for him?
I'm just gonna go as far as I can go from the alley and still like reasonably see it without making like crazy rolls. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm kind of just like,
I'll pretend to be a homeless guy on the street. How about that?
I mean, you don't have a whole lot of cover here, guys. You've got you've got the tenement buildings, you've got the pawn shop. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be this is a residential area on 137th, so
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of places for you guys to hide out before you're, if you actually want to see him go by.
Yeah.
If you want to wait and see him go, then I think that the tenement buildings are pretty much your only option,
Okay, yeah. The
unless you're
tenement
going
building.
into
Go
the
in
alley,
or
and risking getting seen as you try to break into the pawn shop first.
It might be a better idea to go on the top of the tenement buildings or
Or
something.
or you can break into the other side of the pawn shop, but you've got to do that facing a busy street in New York.
Yeah. In Harlem, though.
During daylight hours.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right, so
Tell me what you're doing.
whatever works.
all right, the tenements.
Okay. All right. So you go up into one of the tenement buildings. You're kind of like on the landing, looking out. Someone kind of looks at you a little funny and says, "Don't get many visitors in here."
What? Wait, the landing?
Hmm.
Yeah, the landing.
Man, I
And,
don't really understand. Are we already on the roof? We're not on the roof. What
You're
is
not
the
on the
landing?
roof. I'm sorry. Were you going up to the roof? I thought
I
you
think-
were
yeah.
just gonna
I think
stake
the
out by
roof-
the windows.
I think the roof would have been a lot better because, well,
Someone said the roof.
I had
Yeah, I
said
did.
I mentioned the roof was a possibility. Yes.
I'm super confused.
I'm gonna say the roof is a good thing too.
Okay.
So we keep going up, I guess.
Yeah.
So you fine. You make it up to the roof. Okay. You're on the 5th floor of a rickety tenement building in Harlem, in the ice and the snow. Sure, what could
Kind
go
of-
wrong? In January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I'm from Toronto.
What
I
what could
lived in
possibly go wrong? You couldn't possibly fall off an icy roof to your deaths.
We've survived worse.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, buddy.
Do it for the entertainment value.
Spazio says you should shout, "I'm king of the world." And-
Might blow our cover though.
okay.
I tried
so
to do a
you're-
triple axle.
All right, so you're standing up there. A few minutes after noon,
It's damn cold.
you see Silas, and he seems to be flanked by 3 other people, and they all go out of the alley and turn right down West 137th.
Have you seen any of these individuals before?
No.
Okay. I guess now it's our cue.
Quick, slide down the roof. Oh, what happened?
I'm playing Spider-Man. He'll survive that jump down. Couple of flips.
I mean, what? It's 1d6 per 10 feet. I don't know. How high is that?
50
Well, I
feet.
mean, we wait like 5 minutes and then we go back,
Okay.
go back down to where we're dating.
All right. I will say that it is 12:10 when you make it back to the alley.
Yay.
Oh, by the way, I would have brought my crowbar with me. Probably hid it somewhere, but yeah, I just bring it with me just in case I need to break something open.
Spaz, it's actually harder than that. Call of Cthulhu is a D100 system.
Wait, what?
As Spaz said, if you roll a 20, you can do what you want.
Yeah, you have to roll a 1 in order to do what you want.
Sugar Lumps, I'm totally there with you. The Saints got robbed. Uh, okay, so so you guys are there. You're in the alley. The door is locked. The sign in the window says, closed back in an hour.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
right.
so
Crowbar personnel and/or lockpick personnel, time to shine.
All right.
so Seamus, are you gonna pick the lock?
Hell
Oh.
no.
Screw the lock.
Ooh, that's a big fail.
You can push the
Um,
roll if you want.
I was gonna say
In Harlem, lockpicks you.
you can push the roll.
Let's see what
You
happens.
can have Alejandro crowbar it, or you can walk away. You tell me what. Those are your three choices. You tell me what you're doing.
Double down on your failures.
Okay.
He's gonna crowbar it anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might as well.
crowbar anyway.
Crowbar. I mean, this
You
one.
might as well just go for it.
I remember last time we had difficulties with it. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know it. That's just off and away. Next time we do explosives.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how many times have I failed that door? Like,
Well, you didn't even get a chance to try the last
Okay.
time because
Push it
you
real
failed the
good.
luck roll and the cops came by before you could try.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, would you like to push the roll, dude? Or do you want me to just crowbar it?
Well, if I have to push, what is it? Luck?
No,
you have
you roll again, but if you fail a second time, then something
It's-
really bad is going to happen.
like the lock jams.
Crowbar it.
Okay, fine. I'll fucking crowbar it.
Well, how much?
Actually,
how much
I might not even need to crowbar it. How big is this door, or how heavy is it?
I was just looking up the force door rolls because I can't remember how this. I think you've got to make a strength check.
Okay.
So I guess here's the question: Are you trying to hide the fact that you've been in here, or are you just gonna break the door off its hinges?
The Chiefs are back up.
Would it be harder to try and just try and hide the fact that you broke the door open?
It will
or...
definitely be. It is definitely a higher difficulty if you want to hide what you've done versus just break the door down off its hinges.
Okay.
What's your lockpick skill?
Well, my lockpick is nothing, but I do have this thing called I think it's heavy lifter or power lifter. It's a pulp talent, but sorry, I'm just looking it up real quick. And I think it gives me either a bonus die or reduced difficulty on stuff. Let me just see real quick. All right, power lifter. Granted bonus die when making strength rolls to lift heavy objects or people. Okay, never mind. Wait, would this apply? Because I'm trying to like bust open a door.
I am still trying to find where the hell the breaking down the door roll is. Because it's not where I thought it was in the book. If anyone remembers where this is, because I know it's the easy way to break it down. It's an opposed strength roll, your strength versus the strength of the door. That I know how to do pretty easily. If you're going to try to, and that would just break the door off the hinges. If you want to try to, break the locking mechanism in a way that you hope won't be detected, I'm gonna say that would be you don't have any points in lockpick. I'm gonna say that you'd need to do this. You need to do a strength roll, and you'd need to get a hard difficulty.
Okay. Yeah, but I think what I want to ask is, will powerlifter apply here, or will it not?
Let me look the power lifter up in the.
It's the physical talent. It just says gain a bonus die when making strength rolls to lift objects or people. This might be a little bit
I'm gonna
dicey.
say no because it's not lifting here. You're trying. It's a finesse thing.
Fair enough. You know what? I'm gonna go and try and make it subtle.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So you get your crowbar in there, and you're able to pop the lock open, and definitely if someone looks around the frame, they're gonna see the marks of the crowbar. But you didn't break the locking mechanism. You didn't break the door off the hinges. So you might not. You might not be noticed.
Yeah. You know, if I spent a single
So-
luck point, it would have been an extreme success.
So let me ask, guys. It's 9:41 and it's the 2-minute warning of the game. Do you guys want to take a break here, and we'll come back as soon as the Pats game's over?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
For my New England fans.
Want to grab something to eat?
Sure.
Okay. Guys, we'll be back in probably 15 minutes, maybe sooner, depending on how many of the 5 timeouts get taken.
Catastrophic turnover.
And we'll be back. Thank you, everybody.
All right.